morning, and thanks for joining us on After GMS, which will eventually be a very beautiful Wednesday in the Triad. It is so chilly outside. I just went outside and ran to my car for 30 seconds, Ed Matthews, and I wished I had been out there for 10 seconds. It is chilly.
Yeah, it's definitely chilly. Temperatures dipping down into the 40s across our part of the Piedmont earlier this morning. The sun's up, temperatures are starting to move up, and where are we headed later on today? Well, not 80 like we had yesterday. That was nice, but a beautiful day nevertheless. Low and mid 70s for the Piedmont, and then tonight back into the upper 40s, mostly sunny, and upper 70s, a little warmer tomorrow. And then the temperatures really start to crash Friday and especially this weekend. Cold front moves in, brings some showers on Friday and a cooler 67. But look at the weekend. It's going to be dry. We're going to see plenty of sunshine, but temperatures only looking at upper 50s on Saturday, low and mid 60s on Sunday. At night, you'll definitely feel a big chill as lows drop to near 40. Get ready for that.
I mean, I already am feeling it in my bones, Stacey.
Yeah, well, it's probably just as cold in the studio as it is out there because it's always cold in here.
Yeah, I can agree with that any day of the week. All right, so it's just kind of like fate that we both wore red and blue today.
Yeah,
it's
very
like,
patriotic.
Absolutely, as we get ready for our next conversation. Oh, and even Ed Matthews has on red and blue.
You
Yes,
do?
I do. Yeah.
Wow, all right. So let's get it going here. All right, so we're talking about early voting. It starts tomorrow in North Carolina, and we know you have a lot of questions. So let's take a quick look at what you need to know. When you vote early, you can do so at any early voting site in the county you are registered to vote in. You do not need to go to your assigned polling location as you would on Election Day. Hours vary by location, but most will open at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Some locations offering weekend hours, but not all of them do. The easiest way to find out where you can vote is to text us. You can text the word early to 336-379-5775, and we'll send you back a link with all the locations and the hours.
And while you do that, also let us know how soon will you vote. Are you planning to go on tomorrow, this weekend, next week, or maybe you're going to wait until Election Day? A lot of people are already weighing in on this conversation, but Tracy, what's your plan?
So my husband and I usually vote early together. We were thinking about tomorrow, which is the first day, but maybe Monday might be better. Usually the first day is pretty, it's kind of like our tradition, but you never know the line. There might be a line, but regardless of the line, it's so important for us to vote. So we're just going to do it whenever we can, but we're definitely going to vote early. It's just easier for us.
It's
love
so
doing it
easy.
together.
Yeah, I went, the last time there was, when was that? Goodness, this year has just flown by.
No kidding.
It's just been so crazy. I forgot when that was, then I voted. But I went to early vote. It was so easy. I was in and out in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll probably avoid going tomorrow just because I would assume there'd be some larger lines because it is the first day of early voting, but I'll definitely go within the week. Ed, what about you?
For me, it'll be probably sometime next week. I anticipate, Lord have mercy, I'm going to have to, follow me over here, everybody. I'm going to take the camera right over here.
That's sunshine.
And I'm going to get out of that sun, okay?
There you go. You look much better there.
Boy, I had a halo around my head, which is ridiculous to think about that. What we heard in Georgia, people for early voting were waiting as much as 4 to 5 hours to vote. So I think tomorrow, and I may be wrong, but I hope I'm right because I want everybody to get out and vote. I think there are going to be long lines for a little while. So I'm going to let things kind of simmer down a little bit, but I definitely love the idea of early voting. It's very convenient for me, very convenient for a lot of people, but it won't be until later next week for me.
Yeah, it was shocking, Stacey. You read a script earlier about the number of people who had voted early already by absentee vote or had voted early, and I was just amazed. Do you remember that number?
I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it was much more than it was in 2016. I think my producer was trying to tell me what it was. nearly 500,000.
It's amazing.
That really is amazing. But I do want to say, I did talk to the State Board of Elections office yesterday to kind of get an idea of what early voting is going to be like tomorrow. And they do say that they do expect longer lines the first few days. So be wary of that. And they also kind of went through all their procedures, and I'm going to let you know all of that tomorrow on the Good Morning Show. And also an interesting thing about the stickers. Okay, because normally you get the I voted stickers. Well, you may not get one this year.
But it's still worth the vote.
Yeah, you can make your own sticker.
Exactly. There are plenty of reasons to vote, and that certainly may be one for you, but you can come up with some creative ways to show that you voted.
Yeah.
Just take a selfie of yourself, or just post
Wear
it,
a
I
shirt.
voted.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They have all kinds of stuff you
That's
can
kind
get.
of interesting fact, though. I can't wait for that segment tomorrow. So yeah, I'm voting early, you're voting early, and let us know if you guys go the first day. Let us know how the lines were. I mean, I'm going to wait in the line regardless. So,
Yeah,
same. It won't be a difference maker for me. But the good thing is that it is a 2-week period. So from the 15th through the 31st, you have an opportunity to
Plenty of
register
time.
if you haven't registered yet and vote on the same day, or if you're already a registered voter, just go in and vote. Remember that the ballots are paper this year, a big difference from the last major election that we've had. Even the primaries, we did paper ballots, but in terms of the general elections, this is the first time that you'll use a paper ballot in some years. So be prepared for that as well.
Yeah, and a lot of people saying that they are going to be early voting. Perry says he will be. I believe it was Bobby earlier said that he plans to be at the polls as soon as they open. Jason said, though, that he is going to wait, though. He said, I will vote on election day as I always do. And Jimmy says, I will vote on election day with my daughter. It's a tradition since she turned 18. That's really cool. She is 37 now, and her name is Heather. What a great tradition to have with your family.
Yeah, my husband and I started that when we first, got married, and we've done it now, every year. So we're married 7 years. So, I mean, it's just like a tradition. We love to vote early together, get it out of the way, and then, we usually have something to eat, because what else
Rewarding
do you do?
yourself.
What else do you do?
I love it.
Yeah. All right. So thanks for letting us know about how you will be voting tomorrow. And of course, join us for more conversations as we head to the polls starting tomorrow morning. Let's go ahead and get to a few of your headlines this morning. Today, Guilford County School Superintendent Dr. Sharon Contreras will meet with health leaders days before some students are set to return to the classroom. The Guilford County Board of Education met last night to discuss concerns of parents and teachers. New reported COVID-19 cases are not trending the way school leaders want to see. Dr. Contreras plans to make an announcement later today about next week's return. Confirmation hearings for Supreme Court Justice nominee Judge Amy Coney Barrett continue today. On Tuesday, Barrett faced questions from senators for nearly 12 hours. Today's hearing is expected to be a shorter round of questioning. If the hearings remain on track, Republicans are expected to confirm her as the next justice before Election Day. There is a big push to get workers hired ahead of the holiday shopping season. Today and tomorrow, Adecco will be hiring seasonal workers. The company is looking to fill more than 1,300 warehouse positions, working as holiday workers for Ralph Lauren. The hiring events are Wednesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. right off Pleasant Ridge Road. Just look for the Adecco Job Mobile.
A new Gallup poll found more than 30% of Americans are still working from home 6 months into this pandemic. All that screen time can really lead to burnout. WFMY News 2's Candace Redd talked to doctors about how to avoid virtual fatigue.
Virtual burnout is increasing among workers amid the COVID-19 pandemic. That's according to a survey from Monster, the careers website. Well, it found that 69% of workers are experiencing burnout symptoms while working from home. That's a 35% increase since early May. Some symptoms of burnout include loss of sleep, difficulty shutting the brain off at the end of the day, feeling overwhelmed and being impatient or irritable. The World Health Organization describes burnout as a syndrome resulting from chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. Well, Shannon Engelhorn is a behavioral therapist at Novant Health. She says you can overcome virtual burnout by setting boundaries, making time for socially distant in-person hangouts, and being positive.
We are in a virtual situation, and when we add acceptance to it, it makes it more manageable. If your brain is constantly plugged into a virtual environment, you're going to be exhausted. Just 5 minutes away for your eyes and your brain to rest at various points during the day can make a big difference in how fatigued you are at the end of that day.
Some other ways to overcome virtual burnout is simply focusing on self-care, limiting screen time, and setting a daily schedule. For more tips, visit our website, WFMYnews2.com.
Candace, thank you. Okay, we started quite a stir on the Good Morning Show with this next conversation. What's your favorite Halloween candy? Go ahead, let us know right here on our live stream. So Google has been tracing the most popular treats and found it's pretty split between chocolate and non-chocolate candy, but Starburst is one of the most popular, landing as the favorite candy for 6 different states. Now, this was a surprise to both Ed and Tracy this morning, so we did a little digging for you. Here's the map of each state's favorite candy. Starburst is the favorite of South Carolina, but here in North Carolina, a Crunch Bar came out as number 1. Indiana loves Dum Dums, didn't know that those even still existed. Kansas, Whoppers, and New Mexico is Hot Tamales.
I just noticed Connecticut, it was Reese's Kisses. So maybe I still have a little bit of my Connecticut blood in me because it's more chocolate than a Crunch Bar, which is apparently what North Carolinians like, which I don't, so that's kind of weird. But I just wrote on the feed here, I'm like, Starburst over Kit Kats? You're kidding me, right? No way. No way. Kit Kats every single time. How about you, Ed?
It's gotta be chocolate. Oh, you better
chocolate
believe.
lovers.
Yeah, gotta be chocolate. Number 1 on the list. Of course, I do love my peanut M&Ms. I love Snicker bars and also Reese cups as well. There's just something about chocolate and peanut butter. It's a marriage made in heaven.
Yes.
Ed, don't hate me, but I really don't like Reese's peanut butter cups.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, you know?
I try so hard. That's Jake's favorite candy, and he loves them. But I really like chocolate and ice cream. That's my chocolate fix, is chocolate ice cream.
See, I look at like chocolate bars as more of a dessert than a snack. You know, some people like get it and they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna have a snack. I'll get some chocolate. Me, I'm like, ooh, what do I want for dessert? Ooh, peanut butter and chocolate sounds good. Let me have some of that. And so it's more of a religion for me.
Oh my gosh.
Than anything else. I need to commune with the chocolate.
Oh, great. Chocolate is very, very good. And a lot of people are agreeing with you guys. They love the Reese's. Bobby said that's his favorite. And Charlie said M&M's, Skittles, Kit Kats, and Three Musketeers. Oh, I forgot about those. Those are really good too. Amanda says Butterfingers. Sharia says Snickers and Butterfingers. Deanna, Kit Kat. A lot of Kit Kat lovers on here. Shelly says Snickers. When I mentioned on here that I love Sweet Tart Ropes, those are my all-time, hands-down favorite candy. I could get the pack you're supposed to share with people, but I don't share. I eat all of them in one setting. Jason said that those are awesome. But Bobby said that he agrees with you, Ed.
All right, Bobby.
So
Knows good taste. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, and then you have to figure out, how do you eat it? Do you eat around the outer shell? Do you poke a hole through the middle of the Reese's peanut butter cup? I mean, there's so many different ways. Regardless, they're gone in 2.5 seconds.
So how do you eat them?
Two bites.
2 bites.
2 bites is what it takes for me. I got a big mouth.
Jason said I was un-American for not liking Reese's peanut butter cups. I mean, I get it. I know that they are a staple American candy, I don't know what it is.
Prove them wrong by going to the polls. You're like, I am American.
I am American, I swear. No, I mean,
that was so funny.
the mini ones I like, the mini Reese's peanut butter cups, because it doesn't have as much peanut butter.
Right.
I think it's just the peanut butter, which is so weird because I love peanut butter
Yeah.
and I love chocolate. So I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well, it's okay because Bobby said, and we all agree, we don't hate you for what you like, Stacey.
Well,
and that is
thank
very
you.
true.
Yes.
We are all able to share our opinions without, being judged.
I wish it was that way for everything in life, right?
Well, for candy it is.
That's right. We can all have different opinions on candy and everything else.
There you go.
But I think we all can agree that today's weather is going to be nice.
It's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be lovely. It's beautiful out in the garden now, but we still got that chill around after dipping into the 40s. On our way to the low and mid 70s today, abundant sunshine, clear in upper 40s tonight. Tomorrow, a few degrees warmer, maybe a cloud or two, but warming into the upper 70s. And then, the temperatures start to slide by Friday and especially the weekend. We got a cold front that'll move in on Friday. That'll bring a few showers, about a 50% chance. Cooler upper 60s. Get ready for a rather chilly weekend in the Piedmont. It'll be dry, it'll be sunny, but highs on Saturday only into the upper 50s and low in mid 60s coming up on Sunday. And at night, you're going to definitely feel that chill as lows drop to near 40. Wouldn't even be a bit surprised in some of our chillier spots, maybe an upper 30 or two over the weekend.
Well, this is the time of year where you not only have to pay attention to the highs of the day, but also the lows. Because, you look at the 7-day and you're like, oh, 74, 77, this is great. But then if you neglect to look at the overnight low, you're coming to work in short sleeves and no jacket.
And freezing.
That was me. That was me.
Exactly what you did. Yeah, that is the problem with this time of year. It's like you start off with big, warm, fuzzy, sweater, and then by the time noon hits, you're sweating.
Exactly. You have to dress in layers. Well, thanks so much for joining us on After GMS and joining in all of our conversations. They've been pretty good, especially that candy one. I think people are still commenting on whether they like peanut butter or not. So we'll have some more great conversations with you tomorrow, which will be the first day of early voting in our state.
It's going to be a big day, so stick with us on the Good Morning Show tomorrow morning. We're going to have everything you need to know about that, where you can go early vote, as well as what they're doing to keep voters safe during this pandemic.
Yeah, big concerns. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody, and stay safe.